very exciting, and I'm thrilled to announce that
Engage the target.
at my direction, the United States Air Force is moving forward with the world's first sixth-generation fighter jet.
That we've been flying a prototype of this aircraft for the last 5 years. That means that we are trying to stay well ahead of any potential threat, whether it's China or someone else.
The F-47 will be the most advanced, most capable, most lethal aircraft ever built.
The battles of the future are no longer determined by human reflexes, but by speed and artificial intelligence. Missiles are moving too fast to be tracked by the eye. Radars are being blinded by electronic attacks, and air battles are being directed by machines before pilots even realize the danger. Perhaps all that will remain of traditional warfare will be the final roar of engines. It is at this point that the US defense industry made a historic breakthrough and announced the sixth generation of fighter jets. Developed in great secrecy for 5 years, this new generation of fighter jets is now entering the world stage. Called the F-47, this super-secret war machine is the ultimate proof of the US attempt to assert its absolute dominance in the skies. What does this superplane mean for Russia and China? Could the F-47 completely change the rules of modern warfare? Is America's new Sky Hunter poised to become its enemy's worst nightmare? For answers to these questions and more, our video begins. But first, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel, turn on notifications, and give us a like to stay up to date with our content. US President Donald Trump announced that Boeing has won the contract to build the US Air Force's new fighter jet.
After a rigorous and thorough competition between some of America's top aerospace companies, the Air Force is going to be awarding the contract for the next generation air dominance platform to Boeing.
At a ceremony at the White House, accompanied by Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth and senior Air Force officials, Donald Trump announced that the new jet will be called the F-47. Behind the F-47 naming decision lies a deeper meaning.
It'll be known as the F-47. The generals picked a title, and it's a beautiful number, F-47.
The F-47 honours the legacy of the P-47, whose contributions to air superiority during World War II remain historic. The number pays tribute to the Air Force's founding year, while also recognising the 47th President's significant support for the development of the world's first sixth-generation fighter aircraft.
The President, Donald Trump, said that 47 was a beautiful number. He is the 47th President of the United States.
With this, we will write the next generation of modern air warfare. Air Force Chief of Staff General David Allvin praised this important development in military aviation. The sixth-generation stealth fighter will revolutionise air combat and ensure the safety of the skies for decades to come. So what features does the F-47, which is expected to revolutionise air combat, have? The F-47 is at the heart of the Air Force's next-generation air dominance initiative, a comprehensive programme aimed at maintaining US air superiority against evolving threats. The NGAD programme encompasses a wide range of technologies, including advanced jet engines, autonomous unmanned aerial vehicles, electronic warfare systems, and sophisticated sensors. The NGAD initiative began in the mid-2010s as the Penetrating Counter-Air Programme, which evolved from previous collaborations between the Air Force and the Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency. The goal was to develop a platform capable of penetrating advanced enemy defences and maintaining air superiority in contested environments. In this context, the F-47 is designed to operate effectively in the vast Indo-Pacific region, countering advanced threats from adversaries such as China. Concept renderings from Lockheed Martin and Boeing show a sleek, tailless design with an aggressive nose profile. The F-47 is believed to feature a tailless mixed-wing fuselage with adaptive cycle engines. These engines allow pilots to dynamically switch between high-thrust and fuel-efficient modes, offering increased range and manoeuvrability. Combined with an advanced thrust vector and internal weapons bays, the F-47 maximises both stealth and kinematic performance. Equipped with beyond visual range hypersonic missiles, air-to-air kill ranges of 300+ kilometers are expected. Directed energy weapons are being worked on for close-range defence. Even more game-changing is the ability of these fighters to deploy and control swarms of drones and autonomous Loyalist wingman aircraft. Thanks to efficient engines and internal fuel storage, estimates put the F-47's combat radius at 1,500 plus nautical miles without refueling. This allows for deep penetration even in anti-access area denial environments such as those fielded by China and Russia. The F-47 is more like driving a high-speed AI railgun. AI does not just assist, it predicts, analyzes, and applies the logic of war faster than any human can. Sixth-generation fighter jets will use AI co-pilots to manage sensors, threat libraries, and jamming responses. They will use real-time target prioritization and attack recommendations, predictive maintenance alerts, and intelligent mission planning and retasking. In test simulations, AI-powered systems defeated experienced human pilots in aerial combat. But instead of replacing the pilot, AI acts as a force multiplier, allowing humans to focus on command-level decisions while machines manage the chaos. On the sixth-generation battlefield, the fighter is no longer an isolated platform, but a flying node in a digital kill network. All sixth-generation fighter aircraft are designed to be part of a distributed battle cloud, where information from satellites, AWACS, ground sensors, and other fighter aircraft is combined in real time. Fighters will dynamically share data, intercept threats, and coordinate attacks. Network-centric warfare brings vulnerabilities. The F-47 and its counterparts are designed with hardened data links and quantum-resistant encryption to prevent compromise. The F-47 will control multiple UAVs, such as the XQ-50X Valkyrie, acting as extended sensors or weapons platforms. These loyal wingmen will operate semi-independently or under pilot command, changing the calculations of air power. Fifth-generation stealth was about radar avoidance. The sixth generation adds IR suppression, acoustic management, and even visual and RF signature masking. Furthermore, radar-absorbing structures and edge-aligned inlets further reduce the risk of detection across multiple sensor types. Sixth-generation fighters, such as the F-47, are built with the flexibility to be piloted or autonomously operated. This hybrid concept increases both strategic flexibility and sustainability. The F-47 is expected to have a full range of EW capabilities. Unlike traditional ECM pods, these systems are integrated and adaptive, reacting to changing threat environments within milliseconds. The production number of F-47s with these critical features remains a mystery, but General Alvin has promised to produce more than the current fleet of about 180 F-22s. Why does the US need the F-47 fighter jet? The development of the F-47s comes at a critical time for the US Air Force. As global threats continue to evolve, maintaining air superiority is more important than ever. China, for example, has flown its sixth-generation fighter at least twice. The arrival of the F-47 reminds US adversaries that America is not lagging behind in sixth-generation technology and is still a technological superpower. The F-47 will play an important role in ensuring that the United States can project power and protect its interests around the world. The aircraft's advanced capabilities will allow it to operate in highly contested environments where current generation fighters, such as the F-22 and F-35, may struggle. The F-47's stealth, speed, and advanced sensors will enable it to penetrate enemy defenses, gather critical intelligence, and deliver precision strikes against high-value targets. Beyond its military importance, the new fighter program will have a significant economic impact. The development and production of the F-47 will create thousands of jobs and generate significant economic activity in the aerospace and defense sectors. Boeing's investments in new production facilities and advanced manufacturing techniques will also drive innovation and productivity in the industry. What advantages does the F-47 offer Boeing? Boeing's award of the F-47 contract is a significant milestone for the company, which faced stiff competition from Lockheed Martin. The contract is expected to be worth about $20 billion for the engineering and production development phase, with the potential for hundreds of billions of dollars in orders over the life of the program. The win is particularly important for Boeing's military aerospace division, which has struggled with financial losses in recent years. Boeing's shares rose 5% after the development, while Lockheed's shares fell 6%. The F-47 contract offers a lifeline of sorts, ensuring the continuation of Boeing's historic fighter jet production line in St. Louis, Missouri. Are there challenges ahead for the F-47? Despite the excitement surrounding the F-47, the program still faces several challenges. The development of such an advanced aircraft is inherently risky, with potential technical hurdles and cost overruns. The Air Force will need to carefully manage the program to ensure it stays within budget and on schedule. Some critics question the high price tag and necessity of the new project, especially given the Pentagon's struggle to efficiently deploy the F-35, its most advanced aircraft to date. The F-35 is projected to consume more than $1.7 trillion in taxpayer funds over its lifetime. Significant investments are also being made in the stealth bomber, the B-21 Raider. The Pentagon is investing billions of dollars to integrate advanced technologies such as artificial intelligence, propulsion, and stealth capabilities. More than 100 F-35s have been built for the US and its international partners. There are plans for a fleet of around 100 B-21 stealth bombers, at an estimated total cost of at least $130 billion. The first B-21 aircraft are currently on test flights. Military procurement analyst Dan Grazier expresses skepticism about whether the need for another perfectly manned fighter is really the right platform for the future. Grazier notes that the $20 billion is just seed capital. Total costs along the way will be hundreds of billions of dollars. With the growing importance of drone and space warfare in potential conflicts with China, Grazier questions the necessity of this investment. In addition, the integration of autonomous systems and new propulsion technologies will require extensive testing and validation. Ensuring that the F-47 and its accompanying drones can work together seamlessly will be a critical task for Boeing and the Air Force. The fighter represents a bold step forward for the US Air Force and Boeing. As the centerpiece of the NGAD initiative, this next-generation fighter will redefine air combat and secure US air dominance for decades to come. With its advanced technology, strategic importance, and economic impact, the F-47 is poised to become a cornerstone of US military power. As the program progresses, the world will closely watch how the F-47 evolves and what new capabilities it brings to the battlefield. One thing is certain: the F-47 marks the beginning of a new era of air dominance, and its impact will likely be felt for generations. Moreover, the recent US announcement of the F-47 fighter jet has attracted intense analysis from Chinese military affairs experts and observers, who recognize it as a true sixth-generation fighter jet because of its typical features, such as the tailless design. Chinese military affairs expert Zhang Xuefeng, after studying the artist's drawings of the F-47 released by the US Air Force, said that the appearance of the F-47 conforms to the general development trend of the sixth-generation fighter concept. For example, it does not have vertical tails, an attempt to further increase stealth capability in all directions. It has a flat nose and a fuselage with a liftable fuselage. These are all important features of a sixth-generation fighter jet. Zhang added that the Manned-Unmanned team is a key feature of the sixth generation, and the F-47 is one of them. According to him, a pair of canards can be seen in front of the main wings of the F-47, and this will more or less affect the stealth of the aircraft, reiterating that an important trend for sixth-generation fighter jets is to remove the vertical tails and use a supersonic flying wing configuration to improve stealth. Zhang said that new mechanisms are needed to control the aircraft, such as a movable wingtip to replace the vertical tails. But the F-47 opted to use canards, a relatively old technology often found on previous generation aircraft. Zhang suggested that Boeing may lack the technology base necessary to develop new control methods and is relying on outdated design choices. Wang Yanan, editor-in-chief of the Beijing-based journal Aerospace Knowledge, said it can be analysed that compared with the size of the canopy and front landing gear, the overall size of the F-47 is not much larger than the F-22. This means that the F-47 is still a tactical aircraft, rather than a large, multi-purpose aerial platform capable of conducting expeditionary scale missions like the Ginkgo Leaf aircraft. Wang also noted that Boeing has not won a major fighter jet program in decades. The F-15 and F/A-18 fighters are owned by McDonnell Douglas, which merged with Boeing, and Boeing's own X-32 fighter jet lost out to Lockheed Martin's F-35 in the tender. Boeing's other projects, such as the 737 MAX passenger plane and the KC-46 tanker plane, have also encountered many problems recently. It has therefore been argued that it is actually too risky for such a company to lead a sixth-generation program. Despite all the risks, the company's involvement in the production of the sixth-generation fighter jet is positive news for the US, because the world is now focused on sixth-generation fighter jets. In addition to the US NGAD program, other countries are also developing sixth-generation fighter jets. France, Germany and Spain are taking part in the Future Combat Air System program to develop a sixth-generation fighter, while the United Kingdom, Italy and Japan have a sixth-generation Global Combat Air Program fighter project. Russia's sixth-generation efforts were also covered in TASS reports. Military experts said the US is moving fastest with the F-47, while other countries are lagging behind. China's own jets are known to be seen in the sky. So what do we know about Chinese jets? Claims about the sixth-generation Chinese fighter jet were first made last December. This aircraft was dubbed the Chengdu J-36 and Shenyang JXX-J-50 by military observers. It recently conducted another flight test, according to videos and images posted on social media in mid-March. An expert on Chinese military affairs said that if the images are real, they show that the flight tests of the new aircraft are proceeding smoothly. The plane, nicknamed the Ginkgo Leaf by internet users for its appearance, was captured on camera, this time with its landing gear off and without another plane next to it. When the plane first appeared in December last year, it was filmed with its landing gear on and accompanied by a J-20S two-seater fighter jet. The authenticity of the videos and images has not yet been confirmed. The date and location of the alleged new flight test were also not given. Song Zhongping, an expert on Chinese military affairs, said that if the footage is authentic, it would mean that the new aircraft is making smooth progress with test flights at short intervals. Song said the retracted landing gear could mean that the flight was testing landing gear-related systems and that the aerodynamic capabilities of the aircraft were also being tested while the landing gear was retracted. Wang Yanan, editor-in-chief of the journal Aerospace Knowledge, said the short interval between the test flights and the retraction of the landing gear could show developers confidence in the aircraft's flight stability. Wang said that the aircraft is probably still at a very early stage of testing flight performances and that he expects further testing on other functions to take place gradually over a fairly long period of time. Wang's magazine also featured the sixth-generation fighter jet as its cover story in March. The Beijing government has not officially announced the development of a new generation of fighter jets, but there have been hints. As early as 2022, at the China Aviation Industry Corporation in Zhuhai in South China's Guangdong province, the state-owned China Aviation Industry Corporation displayed a concept model of a next-generation fighter jet with a Tailless design similar to the Ginkgo Leaf aircraft. On January 1st, a music video released by the Eastern Theatre Command of the Chinese People's Liberation Army featured a scene showing a ginkgo leaf and a bird. This triggered internet users to associate it with the alleged first launches of China's sixth-generation fighter jets, which were circulating on social media at the time. According to US media outlets, in addition to the Ginkgo Leaf aircraft, it resembled another new aircraft publicised on social media in December 2024. In short, the sixth-generation fighter is not just a fighter jet. It is a flying ecosystem. From hypersonic missiles to AI-powered decision-making, from loyal drone wingmen to battle cloud integration, It is the summit where aviation, computing and warfare philosophy come together on a single platform. For those of us who have felt the raw thrill of analog aerial combat and learned to outmaneuver the enemy through training and instinct, the sixth-generation fighter may seem like science fiction, but it is not. The F-47 and its ilk are writing the next chapter in air warfare, one in which superiority will be measured not just by speed or stealth, but by the flawless orchestration of every element of warfare. And for those willing to adapt, this future promises not just survival, but absolute domination. Thank you for tuning in.